Now, I do not know how you feel about Kingda Ka and the way Six Flags kind of announced how, wait a minute, there was no announcement that they're removing it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing all my thoughts about, does Six Flags regret the way they handled Kingda Ka and removing Kingda Ka, and when will they announce their 2026 coaster? I'm going to share my predictions on that, followed by, will it be a worthy replacement? This is Theme Park Brandon, and we have a ton to go over here. So, Six Flags Great Adventure sadly and quietly closed down Kingda Ka forever on November 10th, 2024. Now, mind you, this was the world's tallest and fastest coaster that was in operation, because at the time Kingda Ka did close down, it was the fastest coaster that was actually running at the moment. Now, again, this ride was a big deal. I don't think the Cedar Fair execs who are calling the shots for the new Six Flags realized that, or maybe they just thought way too highly of Top Thrill 2 and nothing could touch what Top Thrill 2 can do, even though Zamperla and Cedar Point only managed to have it open 6 days last year. No one's ever going to know why they decided to remove Kingda Ka. I mean, obviously the maintenance cost was like the main reason, but like there has to be other reasons too, because of not just that. Because it was such a quick decision. And the fact that they didn't even announce it to anyone at all that they're going to be closing it down. They did not give the ride the proper send-off, which in the big picture, that pissed a lot of people off. And the reason why I think Six Flags regrets the way they handled Kingda Ka, and by the way, long live the king. I love Kingda Ka, that's why I created this shirt. If you want to check out the shirt, it comes in hoodies, tank tops, women's, kids, men's. Check out keepridingcoasters.com. I really do appreciate all the support. I drove up to Kingda Ka the closing weekend, and I got, I think, 17 rides on it, and that thing it's just insane. And I've been on it before. I love it. It's a fantastic ride. But for them just to remove it without letting anyone know, really, again, pissed a lot of people off, and they're regretting it now, because I have really great friends that I talk to very frequently. Matt from Coasters and Brews, Sam and Joe from East Coasters, Austin from Derailed Coasters, all great YouTube channels and content creators. Go check them out. And they're like, Brandon, bro, Great Adventure is a ghost town this year. Hardly anyone's there. I mean, thank God for Flash Vertical Velocity. The new Vekoma Super Boomerang coaster opened up this year, because Great Adventure is not having a good year attendance-wise. And knowing how corporate theme parks work, Cedar Fair in particular, like, they're probably thinking, well, why? Why aren't people showing up? Well, come on now, guys. You removed probably too many rides at once. I mean, after all, you removed a few flat rides, the Parachute Tower, the Top Spin, then on top of that, Green Lantern, and Kingda Ka. Now, as an enthusiast, most of us don't care about Green Lantern, like whatever, but the GP, it's yet another ride that's not there anymore. And that's a big deal. Now, the one savings grace I think Six Flags Great Adventure has done a good job on, and that is promoting 2026, their major coaster, early on. So when they announced back in, I think it was November of last year, that they're going to be announcing, or basically that they're going to be planning on building a record-breaking launch coaster coming to Six Flags Great Adventure. And that is good because it gets the hype. It builds up the anticipation, the hype, and everything else, which I really, really like that. But according to reports in the survey and all the rumors that are really coming in, it's going to be a mock rides tower coaster, I think they're calling it, where it's an extreme spinner. The cars will spin, and it's a shuttle coaster, meaning that it's one track. You probably launch backwards a little bit, and then you launch forwards to go all the way up the actual spike, and it's going to be 400 plus feet tall. How tall exactly, I do not know. The rumor is 400-foot mark-ish. Now, what's interesting to me is, since it is going to be a spike and the tower coaster does kind of curl around like that at the top, that part will probably have to be over 400 feet, in my opinion. I think it should, where the trains travel to should be the height of the actual ride. But regardless, it's a very questionable move for Six Flags and Cedar Fair now to build this massive coaster to replace the iconic Kingda Ka with a ride that's, to me, honestly, I think it's it's the stupidest decision they've ever made, or one of them at least, because you're trusting Mock Rides, who's a very, very trustworthy company, but you guys have to remember their tallest coaster to date is like 220, 230, something like that, not 400. And their tallest extreme spinner is Ride to Happiness, which I don't even know how tall that is. Let me look that up. I know Time Traveler doesn't really count because it's on the hill. But let's see. Ride to Happiness is, for a total height, is 108 feet. It only travels at 55 miles an hour. Time Traveler goes around the same speed, I believe. And now you're wanting a coaster that's obviously going to travel 110, 115, 120 miles an hour again. Like, in the spinning trains. Why can't this company just be reliable? Like they want to get mad at their own decisions. Well, make smart decisions, you know? And now that Top Thrill 2, knock on wood, is doing really, really well, like I often wonder if they regret not having Zamperla come in. I think there was a thing against New Jersey law saying you can't do that. But I just, my mind just thinks there's so many cool things that either Intamin or Zamperla could have done to reimagine Kingda Ka to keep it around. Just unfortunate. But 2026, I'm intrigued by it. I just think it's a very questionable move. Now, here's where things really get interesting, and that is, I think we're going to start seeing teasing for their Project 2026 coaster in June. Early June, mid-June at the latest. Because with season pass sales down and attendance down, the one way to really bring people into the park is having great promotions and a great season pass rollout marketing campaign. And when you say, hey, we're building this new record-breaking roller coaster next year, and buy a season pass today, get the rest of 2025 for free, then all of next year, the attendance in the third quarter and the fourth quarter for Great Adventure will be increased in preparation for this major new coaster. That's my thoughts on it. I think we would definitely get the announcement in mid-July to really amp up season pass sales. Maybe late July, but definitely before August. Especially because if it's that large of a project, like, they're going to have to be taking their time on this and getting it built. And I'm sure they'd want to open it right around opening day as possible due to getting the crowds in the park and not having a slow start to next year's season for the park. That's my thoughts on Six Flags Great Adventure. And if you're curious to learn about my 2026 predictions for all the other Six Flags parks in this ginormous company, check out the video at the bottom of your screen. With that being said, this is Theme Park Brandon. Let me know your thoughts and predictions on Great Adventures, Kingda Ka replacement, and do you think Great Adventure regrets closing it down? You let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.